Assalamu alaikum students. I hope that you all are good. I am Ahmed Hussain, and today we are going to discuss topic 4th of the 5th chapter, which is entitled as the reading mania, and we will discuss this topic in this video lecture. First of all, what does the word mania mean? Reading mania mean? Reading mania actually really means lust for reading. It means lust for reading. It also means reading fever, जिसको हम कह सकते हैं reading fever. It means strong interest in reading. And reading mania, so it means lust for reading. And this lust for reading, it emerged once the printing became established in Europe. Once this printed was established more conveniently in the Europe, after that people started reading the books, and because of this trend of reading books, and there was surge or there was madness. You can also say reading mania means madness for reading. Madness mad race started for reading. And why this madness or why lust for reading developed, or it also means surge, sudden surge for reading, for reading of books by the people. Why there was sudden surge? Why this reading mania started? ये reading mania क्यों start हो गया? So reading mania in short means lust for reading. It means sudden surge for reading. This situation, this reading mania, this madness for reading or mad race for reading, it started in Europe once there was this trend of printing. It became established, and once there was increase in the literacy rate in Europe, in many parts of, when there was increase in the literacy rate in the different parts of Europe, after that there was mad race, there was certain surge, certain increase for reading of books by the people, and people start developing more interest started developing among the people, because of which there was mad race for reading, and this situation came to be known as reading mania. Why this started? Actually, this reading mania in 17th and 18th centuries. In 17th and 18th centuries, literacy rates in went up in most parts of Europe. So first point is that in 17th and 18th centuries, 17th और 18th centuries में लिटरेसी रेट्स बढ़ गई यूरोप में, बहुत सारे यूरोप के पार्ट्स में हिस्सों में बहुत ज़्यादा लिटरेसी रेट्स बढ़ गई, लोग ज़्यादा पढ़े लिखे जो है, पढ़े लिखों की रेट बहुत ज़्यादा बढ़ गई 17th और 18th सेंचुरी में बहुत सारे यूरोप के हिस्सों में. एंड in this churches churches of different denominations. They set up schools in villages. First important that churches are different denominations. Denominations means various subgroups which existed within a religion. रिलीजन में बहुत सारे ग्रुप्स होते हैं, सब ग्रुप्स में भी सब ग्रुप्स, बहुत सारे जो सेक्ट्स होते हैं, उन सेक्ट्स में भी सेक्ट्स विद इन सेक्ट्स और ग्रुप्स विद इन ग्रुप्स जो होते हैं, दीज आर कॉल्ड डिनोमिनेशंस. उसी को डिनोमिनेशन कहा जाता है. एंड चर्चेस ऑफ डिफरेंट ग्रुप्स, डिफरेंट सब ग्रुप्स, जो चर्चेस के बहुत सारे सब ग्रुप्स थे, उन्होंने स्कूल सेट किए विलेजेस में. एंड इन दिस वे व्हेन दे सेट अप एस्टैब्लिश्ड these churches, when they established schools in villages, what happened? Literacy increased among peasants and artisans. So, because of the role that these churches played, churches having different subgroups, in church में different subgroups जो थे, Catholics, Protestants, there's Reformers, there's Calvinists, Lutherans, and others. All these groups, they played very important role in setting up schools in villages, and in a way they carried education, they spread the education among artisans and peasants. And because of them, because of these various denominations, various subgroups of churches, their role, they played very important role, and their role cannot be neglected in taking the literacy rate, in making the people, especially these peasants and artisan classes, educated, in spreading education among them. In a way, they played important role in the in increasing literacy rates in the 17th and 18th centuries, especially among artisans and peasants. And by the end of 18th century, by the end of 18th century, by the end of 18th century, literacy rates were very high. It went very high in some parts of Europe. In some parts of Europe, towards the end of the 18th century, literacy rates were very high, and it has been said that literacy rates were as high as 60 to 80%. 60 to 80% was the literacy rate in some parts of Europe by the end of 18th century. So this speaks itself how fast or quickly this education was spread in various parts of Europe. So because of this increase in literacy rate, as the literacy rate increased, as the more people became educated, and because of the schools, spread of schools, especially spread of schools, because of these things, that means because of the spread of literacy and spread of these schools in European countries, okay, in European countries, because of these two things, because of this increase, because of the spread of literacy, and because in various European countries, and because of the spread of schools, there was virtual reading mania. This is natural that reading mania, it increases the first factor that played very important role in the reading mania in 17th and 18th century Europe was the spread of literacy and schools in different countries of Europe in the towards the end of 18th century. As we came to know now, because of the increase in because of the increase of this literacy rate, the literacy rate became as high as 60 to 80% in some parts of Europe. So because of this spread of literacy and schools in European countries, there was virtual mania, reading mania. There was virtual madness for reading. These educated sections, those people who became educated, they started reading the books, and there was a mad race, there was a lust that developed among them, there was a surge, because that was created by this literacy rates, spread of literacy rates. And these new people who became educated, people wanted to read, and printers produced mini books. They produced books in large numbers. Because of the lust that developed among the people, because of the strong interest that developed among people towards reading, people wanted to read, लोग चाहते थे पढ़ना, and printers who were printing these books, they produced large number of books because of the reading mania. And now, because large number of people now started reading, because literacy rates this spread, it went high. Because of these things, now in print, a new development started taking place. That was new forms of literature, popular literature. New forms of popular literature, it emerged. Because of reading mania, now the tastes of readers, it were varied, and keeping this thing in view, the printers in print, they started having new forms of literature, and these new forms of popular literature, it emerged because of reading mania. This was its impact. And now, as the printers, they started printing new forms of popular literature. Because of this thing, these things were done for new audiences. This new forms of popular literature, ये जो literature नए किस्म का literature आ गया, ये नए audiences को target करने के लिए थी. In order to fulfill the demands of the new people, the new educated section of the society. These new audiences, readership, because of their having varied tastes, varied interests, varied book habits, now new forms of literature emerged in printing. Booksellers employed peddlers. Booksellers employed peddlers, and these peddlers, जैसे आज भी होता है, जो फेरी वाले होते हैं, जो वो छोटी छोटी चीजें लेकर गाँव में जाते हैं, नगर जाते हैं, डगर जाते हैं, स्ट्रीट्स में जाते हैं, गली कोचों में जाते हैं अपने चीजों को बेचने के लिए, जिनको हम बिसाती वाले या फेरी वाले कहते हैं. वही बुक सेलर्स ने उन्हीं का सहारा लिया. बुक सेलर्स ने उन्हीं को जो है एम्प्लॉय कर दिया इस सर्विस के लिए. These were service providers in a way, and these peddlers they used to roam around villages. ये गाँव में जो है घूमते थे. ये गाँव जाके घूमते थे, पूरे गाँव का चक्कर लगाते थे और लोगों को कहते थे हम ये बुक्स इनके हाथ में साथ होती थी, और ये बुक्स वहां पे they used to carry the books with them, and they used to carry only little books with them. इनके साथ कुछ बुक्स जो होती थी, little books, they used to have sale of these books for sale. ये बुक्स कुछ जो इनके साथ होती थी, इनकी ये सेल देते थे हम, इनको ये बेच देते थे, और ये गांव में जाकर लोगों को जो है बुक्स लेकर जाते थे लोगों के पास, और लोग अब बुक्स खरीदते थे. दिस इज हाउ बुक सेलर्स एम्प्लॉयड these peddlers. So these peddlers, in a way, they also played very important role by providing the books, by providing the home deliveries, home services. And as I told you that new forms of literature, popular literature appeared, they emerged. Among them, almanacs. What are these almanacs? These were ritual calendars. Almanacs were ritual calendars, and these ritual calendars, these were actually among the new forms of literature that emerged. Almanacs were very important among them. These were ritual calendars, and in these ritual calendars, these were actually ritual calendars having annual publication. These were annual publication. These were published annually. इनको एक साल बाद पब्लिश किया जाता था. And in these almanacs, these almanacs, they contained astronomical data, astronomical data. They used to provide astronomical details, and also the informations about the about the moments of sun and moon, timing of full tides and eclipse and many other things that were related to the everyday life of the people, etc. So and so forth. So these so among these new forms of popular literature, almanacs were very important. These were ritual calendars, and these were published annually, and they provide astronomical data, also informations about the movements of sun and moon, how sun and moon they move, their movement was about their movement. The information was very important. Information about the movements of sun and moon was also explained, discussed in this almanacs, and also the timing of full tides, how full tides उनकी टाइमिंग क्या होती है फुल टाइड्स की, वो भी इसमें होता था, एंड इक्लिप्स कब वो मून जो है ये जो चांद है कब उसमें इक्लिप्स होता है, तो वो सारा कुछ जो है वो सारा कुछ इसमें होता है। सन में कैसे ये इक्लिप्स होता है और मूव कैसे सन करता है, मून करती है, ये सारी मूवमेंट्स, ये सारी एस्ट्रोनॉमिकल इंफॉर्मेशन जो है, डेटा जो है, ये एनुअली पब्लिश होता था, और इन्हीं को हम जो है एल्मेनाक कहते हैं। एंड दीज एल्मेनाक्स, दैट इज रिचुअल कैलेंडर्स, these were published in the among the new forms of popular literature. And with these almanacs there were also ballads and also folk tales. Ballads and folk tales, they were also published down, they were printed down, and in a way people started developing interest. And so these new forms of literature, popular literature, that is these almanacs, these ballads, these folk tales, all these were printed, and largely their aim, the aim of the printers was also largely these were printed for entertainment. These were printed for entertainment. Entertainment, लोगों को entertain करने के लिए, in order to entertain the ordinary readers. Ordinary readers जो थे उनको entertain करने के लिए, ताकि वो भी entertain करें, उनके entertainment का ख्याल भी रखा जाता था, और उनके लिए literature जो है, नई forms of literature में attention पूरा ख्याल रखा गया. Full attention was paid to the ordinary readers and for their interests among them in this new forms of popular literature. So this was about how reading mania developed, how it emerged in 17th and 16th, 17th, and especially sorry, in 17th and 18th century in different parts of Europe. And we will discuss furthermore in our coming lecture videos. So this was all about today. Thank you.